right, welcome back to the range. And before we left, we were talking about potential moves of NBA stars during the free agency period. And now we're moving on into NFL talk. As I predicted, I'm not trying to take all the credit or anything like that. It was way out of left field. But Brandon Marshall did get traded to the Dolphins. Who said me? Yeah. Yeah, Brandon Marshall did get traded to the Dolphins. But the Dolphins paid a hefty price for Brandon Marshall, meaning 4 years, $47.5 million extension. $24 million of that is guaranteed. Miami finally has a deep threat, and Chad Henne has someone else he can throw to, and the Dolphins actually can benefit and flourish off of this. This actually makes them a contender for the AFC East. So, what do you think? What do you think the Dolphins' chances of winning the division?
Well, being a Florida boy as I may, the Dolphins, getting a big-time receiver like Brandon Marshall, 100 catch receiver, possibly 1,000-yard catch receiver with that 100 catches a season. He's catapulted himself into the one of the top 5 receivers in the game. As far as Chad Henne, he can get the ball down there to him if he's going deep, but he's more of a possession receiver. Anybody that catches at least 100 balls a season, especially for last three seasons, you're one of the top receivers, deep, short, whatever, intermediate. For Brandon Marshall to go there to help out that receiving core, and then already have a great running back core, especially with the Wildcat that they perfected. That offense is going to be very exciting. It's going to be fun to watch. The only thing about Brandon Marshall, he will be in Miami.
Another Florida boy there.
So, that is a little scary. He's from around there, but still. There's things in Florida that you just don't want to be around. Well, you do, but you don't.
A bit.
There's just something in Florida. You got to be careful down there, because,
you can get in trouble.
That's like the second sin in the city.
Stay in the good parts of Miami, man.
Oh, yeah, good part. But if you hit South Beach, and he hook up with Dwayne Wade, ain't no telling what's going to happen down there.
Another T-Mobile commercial?
I don't know, man. So be careful while you're down there. You're going to see it all. You know what I'm saying? Say hi to the MILF Hunter and all them for me.
Oh, yeah.
But still, I think Miami is ready. As long as they get that defense up, they got a young corner.
Yeah.
Vontae Davis. So, they're up and coming, but that AFC East is going to be
disgusting.
Right now,
that might have took the place of the NFC East, to tell you the truth.
It's a 3-team race in the AFC East right now.
Buffalo might surprise you.
Maybe.
They might start off 4-0.
Even though they
might start off 4-0.
Surprise you. And
then 6-10.
They might start off, but I don't know. That might be.
They were 6-2.
Just like NFC East. Buffalo is the Washington Redskins
of 2008.
Yeah, with Chad Henne, I don't even think Chad Henne will play after this year. Pennington's coming back. There's no reason why Sperano will not go back to Chad Pennington to at least start the season, just for him to get hurt in week 2. You never know. As far as them being a powerhouse, like a contender in the AFC East, I don't think so. I think, the potential for, the Jets to do well this year kind of already puts that already out the door. And the Patriots who are always consistently good, always up there. And never know what they might do, what the Patriots might do. Because they're talking about taking Tim Tebow in the second round, with one of their 4 picks in the second round. So if that happens, you can see Tebow even coming in, maybe not playing quarterback, but, doing something for that team. But as for Miami, they're still the 3rd best team in that division. No matter what happens, I don't even think they're still not a wild card team for me yet.
Nah, I don't believe it. I think the AFC East, probably 2 teams ago, 2 teams from that division make the playoffs. I think one team make the. You already got your division champs, and then I think one wild card will come from the AFC East, and more than likely the other one might come from the North, possibly the North. But
I don't think so.
You never know. The Texans.
I think
Texans might get over that hump.
Because I do think so. I'm one of those who look at my division real tightly. Of course, as a Colts fan, you look at everybody else that comes through. The Texans have improved every year, especially the past couple of years. Only bad part is they are losing their offensive coordinator, which made Matt Schaub a huge threat behind center. But at the same time, they brought a new offensive coordinator. I forgot the dude's name, but he was once great. Was actually the offensive coordinator in Denver a couple years ago. But of course, I'm sure that was the Jay Cutler era.
Yeah.
So you can't really say too much. So, but I think really and truly that they have a shot at it this year. I think one will come out of the AFC East, and the other one will come out of the AFC South.
So you're saying with Brandon Marshall being on the Dolphins, you think he'll catch another 100 passes?
Yeah.
Because Ted Ginn, we already know he has not produced at all. I mean, they do have Devon Best, one of those Hawaii receivers that actually made it, and he's another threat. I mean, you can put Pat White at receiver and just let him run around. I mean, he's one of your fastest. He's the fastest quarterback on your team. You gotta get him on the field. So you just add another playmaker.
Yeah, with Pat White, I think they are a dangerous team.
Now, defense-wise, that's the big question, because replacing Jason Taylor.
Because think about it, Jason Taylor could be on the way to the Jets too. The Jets are picking up everybody. Apparently today they had really good talks today. I was looking at that on ESPN.com on my cell phone, thanks to the BlackBerry. But there's a good chance that that Jason Taylor could end up as a Jet, and if that happens,
Who's slapping the face of Miami?
Yeah, think about it. Miami is already trying to make those moves to get up there. But the Jets are just taking all the good free agents and making all the best trades so far. So they still are the third best team. You can never count out the Patriots.
But you never know. All this could haunt the Jets and blow up in the face. They could be the Washington Redskins of the AFC, picking up all the free agency, picking out all the free agents and making the blockbuster trades. So you never know.
Alrighty. Recently, billionaire Stan Kroenke, the current owner of the Denver Nuggets and the NHL's Colorado Avalanche, is vying for the ownership of the St. Louis Rams. The NFL has a cross-ownership rule, pretty much saying that you can't own another team in another sport.
That's stupid.
But Kroenke is willing to release his principal share of the Nuggets and the Avalanche to become owner of the St. Louis Rams.
Hold on, wait a minute. You're telling me that the NFL doesn't want their owners owning any other professional team?
Pretty much.
The NFL itself.
Pretty much.
But NBA or NHL, they don't care how many teams you own.
Right.
Problem with that is, he got all his teams in Colorado. The possibility of him moving that franchise from St. Louis, well, you can't really move it from there to. Why won't he just go after the Broncos rather than the St. Louis? Is what I'm
Well, you have to realize, the owner, the former owner, the late Georgia Frontier, she died, and pretty much her kids do not want, pretty much, yeah, they want on the team.
They just don't want to be just like
I wouldn't want to be part of the St. Louis Rams either. I would not want to be part of the NFC West, period.
Well,
and I think that's the only reason why we're talking about this.
Well, pretty much it's more or less, I don't think the kids want to feel solely responsible if they happen to run the team that's already into the ground towards hell. So they mainly just want somebody else who knows what they're doing, or who actually has an ownership with with another team. But I don't know, as far as maybe I kind of agree with the NFL.
Well, let's just go ahead and remember this: a lot of owners don't make moves.
They don't do nothing.
Some owners. You got some owners like your Jerry Jones.
Al Davis. Sit your ass down.
Oh, hold on, no, is Al Davis? Is Al
with
Davis?
all that being said, you got some of those. You got owners that do make some of the moves, but really, there's not a lot of people that make those kind of moves. And I believe that even if they ran the team, it would be all right. Look at Miami; they have Venus and Serena, J-Lo.
But they're all minority owners.
But they're still owners nonetheless. But they don't make team decisions.
Ain't it? Don't be a Michael Jordan. Don't be an Al Davis and choose your draft picks and then fuck your team up. Your team won a Super Bowl earlier in this decade. Be careful. Just sit back and rake in the dough. You got Steven Jackson. Build upon that shit.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back more here on The Range. Stay tuned.